Monsieur le Président, Mesdames, Messieurs les représentants des
President, ladies and gentlemen, representatives of regional and European authorities, colleagues, it is an honor for me to be able to participate as President of the REGLEG network in the 21st plenary session of the Congress of Local and Regional Authorities. And I would like to thank the President Keith Whitmore, for having invited me to Strasbourg today on the occasion of the signing of our cooperation agreement. Ladies and gentlemen, when I came to speak here before the Congress last time, that was in March, I stressed that as far as the Congress is concerned and the network of 73 regions with legislative powers that I represent, I said that there was a community of ideas that we as institutions both share that have to do with the representation of the interests of Europe's regions and local authorities, matters such as subsidiarity, multi-level governance, and cohesion policy. And I think current events have borne that out, because on the 6th of October last, a new legislative package on the subject of cohesion policy was published by the European Commission. We're talking about regional policy 2014-2020, with a draft budget of some 336 billion euros, that's to say 1/3 of the total EU budget for that period, 2014-2020. REGLEG will be keen to examine the content of these proposals in this legislative package, and of course we will make known our position. And I'm convinced that together, both the Congress and REGLEG, when it comes to specific subjects such as proposals for regulation on territorial cooperation or the amended proposal that has to do with European territorial cooperation groupings, I'm convinced that together we'll be able to exchange our views in order to better represent the interests of regional authorities, but I'll say a little bit about that later on. Perhaps you will allow me to say something about what REGLEG, the network, has been doing since I last spoke to you in March. In these times of crisis, socio-economic crisis, Europe has to sort of push ahead and take up one of the most important challenges ahead of it, which is remaining competitive. The EU 2020 strategy, research, innovation, and in the longer term, the new framework program Horizon 2020. These are tools that should enable Europe to remain attractive so that we can shore up Europe's ailing economy. During the WIRE conference, that's the Week of Innovative European Regions Week, which was held in Debrecen in Hungary in June, I participated in a discussion group on the regional dimension of innovation, and I made a plea in favor of actively involving Europe's regions and seeking the participation of Europe's regions in innovation. Multi-governance and partnership contracts, according to REGLEG, are excellent tools which enable us to do that. The Debrecen Political Declaration, supported by the Troika presidency, Spain, Belgium and Hungary, is the outcome of that conference, and it suggests that a certain number of things have to be done with a view to establishing coherent research and innovation policy that can achieve tangible results at regional level. But for that to happen, the Debrecen Declaration appeals to regions to share their knowledge in order to optimize the potential or capacities of all regions that need to work more closely one with the other, so that Europe can become a stimulating environment for both research and innovation. Since the Lisbon Treaty, the role played by regions on the EU stage has grown. On the 16th of June, on behalf of REGLEG, I voiced the position of regions with legislative power when meeting with the President of the European Commission. Our standpoint on subsidiarity, multi-level governance, the EU 2020 strategy and cohesion policy post-2013, our standpoint was put across to the President of the Commission personally. Mrs. Bressot, the chair of the Committee of the Regions, and other networks such as the Association of European Regions also attended that meeting, but I do hope that this meeting with Mr. Barroso will have positive impact on local and regional authorities. With a view to preparing our annual conference, and I'll come on to that in a while, some 40 regions met in Brussels on the 12th and 13th of September in the context of our enlarged coordination committee. This committee endorsed the cooperation agreement that we have mentioned that we'll be signing today, but it was also an opportunity for preparing or paving the way for two important events to take place in the next days and weeks. REGLEG will be participating in the Summit on Cohesion Policy to be held in St. Pölten, and that will bring together a certain number of European regional networks with a view to establishing a manifesto in order to put across a clear common message on this topic. 2 weeks after that, REGLEG will be organising a joint seminar in Brussels together with the Flemish region on the topic of multi-level governance and smart regulation. But let me come on now to our cooperation agreement, President. The idea that regions, authorities should be able to throw their weight increasingly into the balance in the European debate is an idea whose time has come. I think the regional phenomenon exists and is growing year by year. What's important for us as regions with legislative powers is greater participation in the European decision-making process. If that's to happen, we have got to be able to flag up our institutional specificities. We've got to be able to convince European authorities that they need to involve us more in European policies, and in fact right from the outset in any decision-making process as much upstream as possible. In order to achieve this, it's important that organisations that seek to defend regions and local authorities throughout Europe cooperate one with the other if we are to send such a clear message to Europe's decision-making authorities. It's only together that we'll be able to strengthen the institutional role of regions within our states and ensure the respect of regional competence, and it's only in this way that we put participant of regions in the legislative process within Europe's institutions. It is one of the aims established within our cooperation agreement. In order to realise these aims, we are going to establish cooperation on a regular basis and develop contacts on issues of mutual concern. We are going, for example, to coordinate our work with a view to being more effective and better defending the interests of regions and local authorities on the most important fronts. The establishment of an action plan, an annual action plan, will enable us to put the flesh on the bones of our cooperation agreement on behalf of REGLEG, and as President of REGLEG for 2011, I welcome this agreement. As you have already said, President, it's not just an agreement that exists on paper. It will go hand in hand with an action plan, and in this regard, a seminar on the role of regions with legislative powers, be they members or non-members of the EU, will take place in 2012. To conclude, ladies and gentlemen, perhaps I can make most of this opportunity and announce the holding of our annual conference. In order to make a good start on our cooperation and respect the commitments we're about to enter into a few minutes' time, allow me, President, to invite you to attend our 12th annual conference, which will be held from the 29th to the 30th of November in Brussels. Subsidiarity, the EU 2020 strategy, the proposals in the area of multi-annual budgeting, regional policy post-2013, as well as European economic governance, these will all be issues debated between the various presidents of regions and differing European institutions. Our annual conference will also be an opportunity for presenting the results of our study on the role of regions with legislative powers in European economic governance. This study was commissioned by REGLEG from the European Institute of Public Administration, which is situated in Maastricht. This event, the annual conference, will be the last event of the network held under my presidency as Minister responsible for external relations in the Brussels capital region. I'll pass on the baton to Vienna, that will be chairing of the destiny of the network in 2012. Thank you very much indeed.